Hi, welcome to Yogalates. My name's Ellie, and I'll be leading us through the 60-minute workout today. We're going to start with a little warm-up, a little yoga flow, and then move into Pilates for the majority of the class and finish up with a nice deep stretch. So to start our warm-up, just coming over into tabletop position, we're going to start with cat-cow. So arching your back inward, and then exhaling, pushing it towards the ceiling, tucking those hips under. Inhale, coming to cow, and exhaling to cat. You're starting to create movement through the body. And just shifting our weight forward and back on our hands, just warming that body up and getting that blood flowing. Then coming to neutral, extending that right leg back and your left arm up. We're just going to be bringing them in to meet in bird dog. Using your core to help stabilize. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down, swapping sides, extending that left leg out and that right arm, bringing them up and into meet. Creating nice long limbs, trying to stretch them to the edges of the room. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly placing that back down and pushing into child's pose. Sending those hips back, stretching those arms up ahead as far as you can, and just letting that body sink down. Taking some nice deep breaths here. And then pushing forward through tabletop into a kind of cobra position, stretching out the front side of our body. And then pushing back to child's pose. And then forwards. Rolling those shoulders back, opening up your chest. From here, we're going to tuck those toes and push through into downward facing dog. And pedal those legs out. Getting a nice stretch in the backs of our legs. And then slowly walking your legs forward into a forward fold. Just letting those arms hang. And on your inhale, rising up with your arms coming up with a little bit of a back bend. And on your exhale, folding it forward again. And inhaling, coming up. You can do a side bend. That feels good. Coming back down, walking those feet back to a plank position, taking that right leg forward, coming into a lunge, placing that left hand down and bring that right arm up to the ceiling. Just holding it here for a few breaths. Just starting to open up that body. Then placing that right arm down, stepping that right leg back, coming down through chaturanga, slowly lowering, then pushing to upward facing dog as you inhale, and downward facing dog as you exhale. Once again, just stepping those feet forward into that forward fold. Just letting your head hang. On your inhale, coming up. And exhale, folding forward. One more time. Folding it forward. Stepping both legs back into your plank position. Then bring that left foot forward, coming into your left lunge, placing that right hand on the ground, raising that left arm to the ceiling. Just holding it here for a few breaths, letting those hips open. Lowering that left arm down, pushing your left foot back, coming down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Then slowly dropping to those knees, pushing back into child's pose. One last time. And coming around, putting your feet out in front of you. We're just gonna practice our C-shaped spine. So we're gonna keep our hands underneath, like right under your thighs. We're gonna roll it back, feeling that C-shaped spine, pulling your navel into your spine, and then coming up to a straight back. If you want more of a challenge, you can just have those hands out, or you can have them behind your thighs. Just feeling the difference between that C-shaped curve and your straight back. And on this last one, just coming all the way back, slowly lowering yourself onto the ground, bringing those knees in, just putting your hands on your rib cage, just feeling it expand and contract with each breath. Feel how it contracts when you draw that navel in, pulling those ribs together. That's where we want to be working through the majority of this class, that nice tight core, just feeling it engaged. So from here, we're going to lift our legs up, just having your hands by your side, and we're just going to slowly lower the right and then the left. Lowering the right, bringing it up, and the left. Trying to keep our lower back pressed to the floor. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Finishing your last one. You can draw those knees in for a little bit of a squeeze, and then bring them right back out to that tabletop position, extending your arms forward. We're going to drop the left leg and the right arm back, bring it to center, then the right leg and left arm and center. Breathing through it. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring them down just for a quick second. Readjusting on that mat. Bring them back up to tabletop 90 degrees. Bring our hands behind our head into a crunch position. And we're just going to do the same thing and crunch up and then down as you drop that leg. Try not to use our hands to help pull our head up, but focusing on using that core. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging those legs in. Dropping the left leg to the ground, extending that right leg up, pulling it towards your chest. And bending it, extending the bottom leg, going into a bent knee stretch. So pulling up those shoulders off the ground, tugging in the right leg for 2, and then switching for 2. Trying to get those shoulders up high as you can. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing those both legs in. And up to tabletop. We're going to bicycles, putting those hands behind your head, and bring the opposite elbow to opposite knee as you extend the other leg. Exhaling as you twist and inhaling as you come to center. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping this down. This time grabbing your left leg, raising it to the ceiling and drawing it close to you. Coming up off the shoulders, extending your right leg forward, and we're doing straight leg switches. Pulsing it in for 2 and then switching sides. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them back down, drawing them in and giving yourself a nice hug. And then putting your hands by your side, bring those legs up to tabletop. We're doing windshield wipers. Actually, putting your hands out to the corners. So we're slowly gonna drop those legs to the right side. If you want, you can extend them out and then back in to center, dropping them to the left, extending out and center. Just focusing on using that core to help pull yourself back to the middle. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, placing those legs down on the ground. Bringing your ankles to touch the fingertips. Your fingertips, we're going into our glute bridges. So slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time, as high as you can get, and then slowly lowering, articulating through that spine. Holding that tension in our glutes. Giving a nice big squeeze at the top and lying down. Really pushing up as high as you can. Trying to hold that tension the whole time. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on this last one, we're gonna hold it up, and we're just gonna alternate lifting up each leg, lifting that right and the left, trying to keep your hips equal with each other the whole time, using that core to help balance, and keeping those hips as high as you can. Really thinking of pushing through those heels. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it up here. We're just gonna raise our heels up, focusing on those calves a little bit. Lifting the right, then the left, and then dropping them down. Try and keep those hips raised as high as you can. Then here, just having both heels raised, and we're just holding. Just really squeezing those glutes as high as you can. And we're gonna lower those heels down in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping those hips raised, taking those arms up to the ceiling. We're just doing tiny hip pulses, trying to get that extra inch for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly articulating that spine all the way down to the ground, releasing that tension, grabbing both knees into your chest, feeling that nice stretch. And then bring them into tabletop position. We're going to do a frog crunch. So we're just going, so you're going to spread your knees apart, flexing those feet. We're going to extend them out and then crunch it in and bring those elbows to meet your knees. So we're going into those, extending out, crunching it in. Make a little frog. Really wrapping those legs together, working our inner thighs at the same time. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, extending them out, pointing your toes, and just crossing them down and up. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those in. Give yourself a nice big hug. From here, we're gonna roll over to that right side, coming up on your elbow if you want, or just laying it out. Whatever feels most comfortable. We're just going to do plans. So just raising that left leg and lowering. Trying to get as high as you can. Getting a nice squeeze at the top. You have 2 and 1. Coming down. This time we're going to extend at the top. So getting to the top, extending out, and then lowering. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Here, we're just gonna hold it out straight and do tiny circles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 8 in the opposite. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it out here. Flexing that foot, we're doing tiny pulses. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering it slightly so it's about parallel with your hip. We're gonna point it forward and flex that foot back. Pointing it forward and back, squeezing at the back. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that foot forward, flexing that bottom foot. We're gonna lift the right leg up, for little pulses for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it up at the top. We're just going to hold it here for 30 seconds. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering that down. Coming up and switching sides. So coming up on that left side now into that clamshell position. We're just raising and lowering that right leg now. This time, coming up, extending that right leg, then coming back down. So clamshelling it up, extending, back down. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it out here, doing tiny circles forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reversing them for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it out, flexing that foot and doing tiny pulses. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it out here, pointing it forward and flexing it back. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it out here. Bringing it forward over that left leg or your bottom leg. Flexing that bottom leg, and we're doing little pulses for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it at the top here. Really squeezing that inner thigh. We're almost done. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lowering it back down. Coming up, we're going to a little crunch variation. So putting your heels out, we're just gonna lower ourselves back as far as you can, and we're just doing little tiny pulses. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folding that left arm over and driving that right arm across your body for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Putting that right arm down and moving that left arm over the body. for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grabbing beneath your hand, pulling yourself up to a seated position. We're going in to roll downs, so extending those legs forward, bending over them as far as you can. And just feeling that nice stretch. Then coming up to straight back, your arms out front. We're going to slowly lower without bending or curving your back. Lowering down straight as low as you can go. When you can't go any further, then bending and rolling all the way down. Bring those arms over your head. And then we're going to slowly roll up. Trying not to use your arms as momentum. Coming up to that straight back and folding it forward. Coming straight back, slowly rolling it down. Keeping that straight back as low as you can go. And then curving. Coming up and over. Then curving down. Finishing up on this last one, just allowing yourself to take a big stretch here, opening up that body, and then coming over into tabletop position. We're going into a little tabletop push-ups. So you're just going to be in tabletop and then pushing down, trying to keep those elbows as close as you can to your body. Just coming down and back up. Trying to keep that core engaged. You can change it up and go out if you want. But we have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, pushing your heels back into a plank position. We're just gonna alternate tapping those knees down. And bringing them back up. Using that core to help keep us stabilized. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly dropping both of those down. Coming up, shaking those shoulders out a little bit if you need to. And then we're going back into that plank position. And this time we're just pushing into downward facing dog and then back into plank. Holding each position for a few seconds before switching. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it here. Slowly dropping those knees down and pushing back into child's pose. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then pushing forward, coming onto your stomach. Into spreading out your legs and your arms into like a tree, like field post position. We're gonna do Supermans to start. So we're just gonna start by raising our head and shoulders up and lowering. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Putting those down. We're gonna raise our legs now. So we're raising your legs just up, squeezing your glutes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now extending those arms back out and just lifting both at the same time. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lowering both down. We're going to keep our chest raised and our legs, and we're just gonna bring those shoulders in and out. For 1, 2, squeezing those shoulder blades as you draw them in. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly lowering yourself back down. Bring your hands underneath your head. We're just gonna lift those legs up, bring them in to your feet touching and extending them out. Focusing on your glutes here. Bring those feet in to touch and back out. Trying to keep your legs raised off the ground the whole time. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping them raised, and we're just fluttering them up. Trying to focus this more in your glutes than in your lower back. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering those both down, pushing in to that child's pose. Letting that back relax, pushing into those hips. And then coming down into tabletop and then onto your elbows. We're going into planks. So you can also do this on your hands if you prefer. So we're just gonna hold a plank right here for 30 seconds. Engaging that core, trying to make sure your body's in line. Your hips aren't too high or too low. They're just right in line with your body. Just breathing through it. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving on to that left arm into a nice side plank. You can always drop that lower leg if you would prefer, and just take it here, or extending both. Using that core to help raise those hips as high as you can. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then switching sides onto that right arm and holding your plank here. Again, you can come down on that leg if you prefer, just really using that core to push those hips high. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back through center and then slowly lowering it down. Just coming onto that stomach. Come into a cobra pose if you'd like. Opening up the front part of our body. Rolling those shoulders back and away from your ears. And pushing through child's pose. Taking a few big breaths here. Allowing those hips to sink backwards. Trying to extend those arms. Trying to get them to reach the top of your mat. Then taking your right arm underneath that left one and just letting that body sink. And then bringing it to center, taking that left arm under. Seated position, folding that right knee over, bring that left knee over the right, putting your left arm behind your spine, raising up that right arm as you inhale, exhale, placing it behind that left knee and twisting. So inhaling as you straighten that back and exhaling, twisting more to the back of the room. You can keep your neck neutral. Just using that arm to help push that leg open. Then coming to center, shaking those legs out a little bit. And then folding that left knee under, bring that right knee over, readjusting those hips, putting the right arm behind, inhaling, raising the left arm up, exhaling, pushing and twisting. And inhale as you lengthen and twisting as you exhale. A few more breaths here. Slowly unraveling, coming forward, bringing both your feet in front of you to butterfly position and just letting those hips splay out. You can use those elbows to push your knees further. Just allowing them to open. Then coming into whatever seated position is comfortable for you, we're just going to stretch out our arms. So taking that right arm over our body, giving it a nice stretch. And swapping sides, bring that left arm over. Then taking that right elbow, trying to create space between that chin and chest. Then switching sides. Releasing this down, doing a few shoulder rolls. So we're going to stretch our neck. So just bring that right ear to that right shoulder. Holding it here for a few seconds. And bring it to center. And bend that left ear to that left shoulder. And coming to center, bring that neck back. And then forward. And shake the head, yes, no. Bring it to center, going into neck circles, starting on the right side. And slowly circling around. Letting go of any tension. Then switching sides, going to the left. And coming to center, coming down to tabletop position, pushing through to downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here, stretching out those backs of legs. And then bring that right leg forward into a lunge position. Letting those hips sink and open up. Lowering that left leg if you like, and just pushing more into that right leg. You can take that right arm and grabbing that left ankle, stretching out the left front of your leg. Slowly releasing that and letting it drop down, pushing back in those hips, falling over your right leg. nice deep stretch through the back side. Then pushing forward into a half pigeon. Taking nice deep breaths, allowing those muscles to open. Release any tension that you might hold in them. You can come down onto your elbows for a little deeper stretch here. Tucking those left toes, pushing back into downward facing dog. Pedaling it out a little bit. And then taking that left foot forward into your lunge. Letting those hips sink to the floor. Dropping that left knee if you'd like. And taking that left arm and grabbing that leg, getting a stretch in the front of your right leg. Slowly lowering that down, pushing through your hips, extending your left leg. Taking some nice deep breaths. Just letting your body fold over that leg. And pushing forward into the half pigeon. Letting those hips drop. Coming down onto your elbows. And just releasing any tension we may have built up over the day with each breath. Slowly coming up, tucking your right toes, pushing back into downward facing dog. Coming forward into that plank position, down through chaturanga, inhaling upward facing dog, and exhaling downward facing dog. Slowly dropping those knees, coming around onto your back. Keeping your knees together, just letting them splay out. Taking your hands and just pushing against your hips, creating a little space in that spine. Then bring them together, bringing both in. left leg go and straighten down to the mat. Taking your right knee in, that right arm, just letting it open to that right side. Letting it fall as low as you can go. And bringing it to center. Swapping arms and bringing it over the left side of your body. Extending that right arm out, giving a nice spinal stretch. And bringing it in, extending it straight up, and just pulling yourself up, stretching out the back of that leg a little bit more, flexing that foot and pointing. Bending it in again, taking the edge of your right foot in that left hand, putting it in your left hip socket, and letting that knee fall to the ground. And slowly releasing, letting it travel down that left leg. Grabbing in that left leg now. Giving it a nice big hug. Taking it in your left hand, letting that splay open to the left side. Stretching out those inner thighs. And bringing it to center. Putting it in your right arm, bringing it to that right side, extending your left arm out. Bringing it to center, straightening it up, flexing and pointing. Down again, taking the left edge of your foot, placing it in your right hip, and letting that hip splay open. Slowly releasing it down, shaking both legs out a little bit, laying your arms down by your side, coming in to Shavasana. Closing down your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Just taking nice deep breaths. Imagining the air traveling to all the parts of your body from your head to your toes. And just letting your body sink into your mat. And giving it thanks for all it's done for you today. Taking a few more deep breaths here. Maybe slowly starting to wiggle your feet and your hands. Then bring those legs in, coming over onto your side and pushing up to seated position. I want to thank you all so much for coming to class today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys come next week. Thank you.